Pakistan cricket at its best. 1 minute down, next minute up.
Shadik here for PakPassion, bringing you another exclusive interview. Absolutely delighted to be joined today by a former England spinner, a cult hero for many. The fans absolutely loved him when he played. He played 50 tests, 26 ODIs and one T20I for England, took 247 international wickets and single-handedly won many matches for England, 709 first-class wickets and he had a fantastic county career, which saw him play for teams such as Northants and Sussex. Delighted to be joined by the one and only Monty Panesar. Monty, hope you're well.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. Thank you very much.
No problem, Monty. Really appreciate your time. I know you're out there in India. It's the early hours of the morning, but very grateful and thankful to you for giving up your time. Monty, let's talk about the match, India-Pakistan final. For those of us who've not played at the highest level of cricket, just how intense and how much pressure are on the players of India and Pakistan in such a match?
Yeah, look, the pressure and the occasion is massive for both teams, and the attention as well. Worldwide, there's so much speculation about which team's going to win, the build-up of it, and also that the rivalry between Pakistan and India. It's probably the perfect final for both teams for that intensity and that rivalry to continue to grow and flourish, which I think all cricket fans love to see. It was a close encounter. It wasn't like India dominating in the last two games in the Asia Cup. This was a much more evenly contest, and it was great to see. Great to see for world cricket that Pakistan rose to the occasion and gave India a really good fight. And they were so close on winning it. They played some tremendous cricket. The bowling was really good, but I think more importantly, it was a close fought match. And that's what you need to see between India and Pakistan. Games which are very closely fought, then the interest level worldwide is absolutely massive on these games.
Monty, at 100 for one, I was getting a lot of messages from jubilant Pakistani fans saying, oh, we're going to score 200 here. And I've seen a lot of Pakistan cricket, and I was saying to them, wait and see. Don't get too excited yet. And that's exactly what happened. 113 for one to 146 all out. It was a disaster, wasn't it?
Well, they had a fantastic start. I think they were very measured and balanced during the power play. They didn't take any played orthodox cricketing shots. They didn't go, anything too risky. And they built up a really good platform. And then they lost their way really because I think against Kuldeep Yadav they just kept going after him and they playing high risk shots, playing crossbar shots, probably thinking in their terms that they've got a good platform now. They've earned the right to actually hit the ball out of the park rather than it's okay to reset for a couple of overs and then go again. So, in my opinion, I think Pakistan lost their way a little bit. They were, not calm under pressure. First 10 overs to Pakistan, 100%. Everyone was thinking it'll be 200 plus, but they lost their way in the second half. And, between 16 to 20 overs, they lost 6 wickets for 18. And I think that's where the game was lost for Pakistan.
And Monty, you're still part of that spinners union. You must have been sat there with a big grin on your face when you saw the likes of Kuldeep Yadav and Varun Chakravarti and Akshar Patel bowling so well today, which they have done throughout the tournament.
Yeah, they've been absolutely brilliant. I think three of them have complemented each other really well. They've all different variations, but I think what they're able to do is they're able to restrict the batsman when it comes to boundary hitting, and then they're also, kind of like build pressure on the batsman, knowing that they are going to go after him now, and then they have the courage to flight the ball, they have the courage to change the angles, and that's what you saw even with Akshar Patel. He had that lovely variation of when he undercuts that delivery, and then Kuldeep Yadav again, bowled it slower, higher, gave it that air, bowled it away from the eye line, and the Pakistani batsman kind of fell for the trap, where all they had to do was see him out. They just had to see Kuldeep Yadav out, and I think they would have still had wickets in hand, and they probably could have posted a total around 160, 170, and that probably would have won the game for Pakistan.
It was interesting, though, even when Pakistan were doing so well, there was very little panic. And I know Surya Kumar Yadav has been struggling with the bat in this tournament and during 2025 in T20Is, but there seemed to be very little panic in the field. He seemed to be calm and composed. We'll stick to our plan, though.
Yeah, I think that's the strength of Indian team at the moment. They understand the patterns of T20 cricket. They know at moments the teams that they play against will be in the momentum will be going with them, and then eventually he's got the variation in his bowling to bring wickets, and that's the key to it, isn't it? Because he's got like three spinners, good fast bowlers, so he knows that at some point wickets will fall. At some point, the pressure will go back on the opposition. And when the pressure was on India, that's the perfect word I think you used. They were calm. They were very calm. They didn't really panic. Where Pakistan, on the other hand, when they had to put the run rate up and they lost maybe only one or two wickets and they were ahead of the rate, they were ahead of the game when they were batting. They panicked. They felt like every ball had to go out of the ground because they felt that 180, 200 is what they needed, rather than thinking, well, what's the best thing to do in this given situation. So yeah, I think that's probably been obviously the difference between both teams. But you got to give hands, you know, credit to Pakistan as well. They performed really well with the ball. Everyone thought game would have been finished in the 15th or the 16th over, but they took it down to the last over, and they bowled really well.
For years, Indian T20 cricket the team have relied on when they're batting the likes of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shubman Gill, Surya Kumar, Yadav. But today it was two of the newer guys, Tilak Verma and Dubey as well, who came good, which is again a positive sign for Indian cricket.
Yeah, very much so. I think, youngsters coming through, stepping up is great sign for an Indian cricket. It shows that the strength that they have in their team, and also, that if they don't rely too much on Abhishek Sharma, because they've relied a lot on him, and if he gets out early, then it gives opportunity for the middle order to actually handle the situation. So it was a tremendous effort from the youngsters. They showed great temperament. It will give huge confidence boost in their careers, and they hopefully they'll continue to shine and flourish in the future games for India.
We've spoken about the brilliance of the Indian spinners, but somebody who's had a really good tournament for Pakistan is Abrar Ahmed. Many felt that he wasn't suited to the T20 format, but he's proving his critics wrong, and you must be impressed with him.
Yeah, very impressed with him. He tends to bowl, the wicket-taking balls which are the flighted ones, and maybe a little bit a yard fuller than what a normal spinner will bowl. So, you can see that he has a tremendous courage and so much bravery in his bowling, because some of them balls do go out of the park, but then other times he does get the wicket, like he got today of Sanju Samsung. That was beautiful piece of bowling, and deceived him in the air, done him beautifully in the lens as well. So yeah, he's a huge asset for Pakistan cricket, and hopefully they got a group of youngsters where they can build on now. What we often see with Pakistan cricket, they chop and change a lot. With coaches, administration. Hopefully now they've got a settled coaching unit, a settled group of 12 to 15 players going forward. And these are the group of players that we see in the next T20 World Cup. And Pakistan, cricket from here on, has a good 12 to 18 months, and they can actually build a really good, strong squad that can compete in the World Cup.
And once again, the strength of Indian cricket, Monty, they win another tournament in all formats. They are leading the pack, aren't they? They're showing the world just how to play cricket in each format, and how to prepare cricketers for those formats.
Absolutely, I think they've shown how good they are, and obviously the strength of Indian cricket is absolutely massive. And we often, don't give enough credit to how strong Indian cricket is. They, missed out on a couple of the experienced players have retired, and they know Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and for other teams it'll take a good 12 months to recover from that. But Indian cricket just bounces back. Next series, there's still competing, still strong as ever. So full credit goes to the coaching staff, and also to Gautam Gambhir for continually making sure that Indian cricket is strong as ever.
And finally, Monty, what about some of the less savoury things that have gone on during this tournament? Where the India Pakistan haven't shaken hands. There was incident today where the Indian captain didn't come for the pre-match sort of trophy picture. Post-match, they've not been shaking hands. Little bit of a sour taste, isn't it, for cricket, really?
Yeah, look, I think it's a gentleman's game, and the impact this does make to the youngsters as well. So that's the last thing you want, in club cricket, youngsters, or even in the game to start happening where people don't, handshake. I think it's very important. So hopefully, we see the last of this. When India Pakistan play again, there's a handshake, between them, and those differences are probably maybe put aside a little bit. Obviously, we don't want to mix too much of the politics with sport, but sport with India Pakistan is probably the first step when it comes peace between both countries. So cricket is a massive catalyst between both the countries. Hopefully, the peace that they want going forward.
Monty, really appreciate your time. Many thanks for your wise words. Always a pleasure listening to your views, and hopefully we'll catch up with you soon once again. Many thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the show.